is still mesh period, all right? I was the defensive end before given a first level read. Now I'm the backside linebacker, or I could be the overhang, or I could be the safety. Whoever you're reading in that concept is where the coach is going to be, right? So that's the conflict defender. That's the guy we're trying to manipulate. Take one of your other running backs and put him in the landmark of whatever throw you're throwing. Don't have your running back try to run the glance route, okay? It's going to be ugly as shit. You're going to be chasing balls everywhere. Just put him in the landmark of where that throw is going to be, okay? It doesn't have to be exact, but just put him in that landmark. Because all we're working on is just the mechanics of the feet, all right, and the read and the footwork of the throw, okay? So we're running lock inside zone. This is inside zone to the right. We're facing the backside end. We've now put the read on this guy. So now I'm just going to give him, hey, bounce, bounce, drop, bounce, bounce, trigger, all right, walk up, blitz, all right, I'm going to give him some different looks. So here I bounce, bounce, trigger. As soon as he gets that guy to commit, we're throwing off of him, pull that ball out, disconnect, flip your hips, and get it out. It's got to come out quick, all right? Now, the thing you got to work on with your quarterbacks is sometimes they'll flip their feet, and then their weight, they kind of jump stop. And now their weight's balanced in the middle, and it becomes like a real army throw. We got to make sure that if I disconnect on this to throw, I've got to load my weight. I've got to really load my weight on my back foot so I can punch and drive off of it, okay? We don't want this to be a whippy army throw. We got to be able to punch off that back foot. So this transition from here to here is really important that the kids work on how to flip those hips and load their weight on their back foot. It's really important because if that weight doesn't get loaded back, then it's an arm throw, and sometimes those arm throws they start getting aimy, and you start driving that ball into the ground. Okay, same look going the other way. Okay, inside zone to the left, backer hangs. Okay, now watch the quarterback here. Backer hangs, ride it, hand it, fast feet, open hand fake. Okay, it's really important. It's got to be sudden. It's got to be sudden. You might hold, and you'll see a clip later. You might hold this guy and this guy if you have sudden feet and a sudden open hand throw. Okay. All we got to do is hold them for a millisecond, and that might spring this cutback for a touchdown. Okay, we just want to hold them as long as we can. Okay, here we go. Same look. Make sure our toes, this is inside zone. We still got to make sure we're pointing our toes at the front side A gap. And a lot of times what the quarterbacks will do on this one, because they think it's a throw, is they won't get that front foot all the way around. So then they don't have to flip their hips as much. That front foot doesn't come all the way around. And then this guy freaking buzzes out, and now it's inside zone. And we're reaching. We're having to extend to get the ball to the running back's chest because I didn't bring my front foot around. So you got to really watch this. Make sure he gets his front foot around and put the running back on his track. This isn't bad. Okay, it's not bad, but the lazy ones will do it. The other thing that they'll do too is they'll have that ball, like they kind of start riding it, but they're like cocking the ball. Instead of pushing the ball out heart to heart, they'll kind of start cocking the ball, the point of the ball get turned up because they want to be able to throw it real quick, all right? And so we emphasize this, all right? You can steal this because I think it's important. This shit's called RPO because it's run pass option. It's not called a PRO. It's not pass with a run option, all right? And some of these quarterbacks think it's a PRO. And you got to teach them, hey, bro, this is a run first. When in doubt, you know what we should do? Hand the ball off. If you're not quite sure on your read, hand the ball off. This is run first, pass second option, okay? So you got to beat that into their heads. And if you get a kid that thinks it's a pass option every time, then just start tagging run only and teach them that if you can't freaking make the right decision and know that we're trying to run the rock here, if we have a half or hat in the box, then I'm not going to even give you the option to throw it, okay? So you got to make him earn the right to have those RPOs tagged. And then when you get a kid like this kid, pretty disciplined with it, then you put RPOs and gift routes on everything you do because you know he's going to make the right decision. He's going to get you right if he understands, hey, if we have a half or hat in the box or we have a half or hat and we can read one at the first level, then we're going to run the ball. That's what our offense is built around doing. We want to run the